Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. He's white with gray stripes. Yeah, that's my cat. Yeah. He was what? Sitting out in front of your store panhandling. What store is it? The PetSmart on 45. No, ma'am. It's a long story. He's just hit rock bottom. So, I'll come get him. Now, I'm about to go. I'm on a show, but I'll come get him when I'm done. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. I apologize. His name's Oliver. If you could just give him a cup of coffee, that'd be great. Thank you. Holy shit. What is happening, everybody? Welcome to Barry on Deck. Week number 2 comes to a close today. Happy Friday. This is episode number 10. I hope you guys are safe and healthy. I hope you guys are doing well. This damn Oliver is gonna be the death of me, y'all. He's all strung out on catnip. He's out here knocking up people's teenage daughters. He's panhandling in front of the PetSmart. Let me tell you what. I took a picture of Oliver today, before he left to go panhandle at the PetSmart. This is your king, people. This is your king. This is your hero. This is the man. This is your star of the show. His stupid ass doesn't even know how to lay on the bed. He lays under the bed. Look at him. He is legit. We bought him. My wife spends so much money on this cat and toys and all of this crap for him. And what does he do on the bed? He lays under the bed. That's your king. Now, I will say it's probably because he's strung out on catnip and he doesn't have, drugs make you do crazy things. So this is your king though, right there. That's pretty awful, Oliver. Get your shit together. First of all, G-Man, bro, thank you, man, for leading off the super chats today, dude. You didn't hesitate, my man, and I certainly do appreciate that. This goes to Oliver's Daily Catnip Fund. Man, we need to get him off the dope, bro. Please don't contribute. Booth 713, thank you for the rehab money for Oliver. I'm gonna get this dude. He's probably, I won't give it away, but next week is gonna be a whole new twist, I have a feeling, in the Oliver saga. So stick around for that. Guys, thank you for being here. We have a kick-ass show for you today. I say we, it's just me. There's really legitimately no one else. It's my wife is like, no, that's stupid, or yeah, that's funny, but it's just me. But I have a kick-ass show for you today. My guest joining me at 3 o'clock in hour number 2, Patrick McLellan. You may have listened to this dude on 610 Sports Talk Radio. He was on a show called The Shift. You may have listened to his podcast, which is 5 years running now, called Lima Time. He used to write for TV. This dude is funny. He's a great follow on Twitter. We'll talk about that. He's a hilarious joke writer, and he knows his shit when it comes to sports. So we're going to be able to go any which direction with Patrick. So it's going to be a good time. Let me give some shout outs to the chat. Who got in first? Who was in first today? InBody Mike, what's up, bro? Thank you for being here. You were the first one into the live chat. Eric Resendez, Fidel Limon. Appreciate you guys. Uriel, I see you. Chris Reyes, Aaron, Mr. Bryant, Mr. Falcons fan. You got railroaded by Jerome yesterday, homie. Dandy Dan, what's up, my guy? Donna, I see you, sweetie. Thank you for being here. Who else we got? Terrence, TJ, both TJs. What's up, TJs? Titan Hugo's in. Ready to be sad about his Titans? I can't wait. Titan Hugo, I can't wait to whoop your ass at MLB The Show 20, homie. I see you, Justin. What's up, man? I hope you're feeling better. Prayers up to you. Virginia Buttonweed, thank you for joining the Patreon. We're going to get to that. Brandon, what's up? John Sutherland, I see you. Dandy Dan in the house. Oh, shit. Travis Lambert, man. Holy shit, bro. Travis, homie, thank you for that super chat. What's up on Lawn Talk, baby? Oh, it's coming. Not only, Travis, are you going to get the opportunity to ask the first question for Lawn Talk, but I've got Demetrius Mata, who sent pictures of his lawn that he needs help on. Plus, I got my dude, my man, my ace, and also my chat moderator, Jeremy Vinegar, along with Luis Zelaya. Let's give props to both of those guys. They were holding it down yesterday. It got wild. But he's got a question we're going to get to. So Lawn Talk is coming. I promise you this. I promise you. Danny Ariano, bro, what's up with this super chat? I vote the intro song be the Friday theme song. I'm with that. That's it. Done. Danny, you're a show producer, homie, because that will be the show intro every Friday from now until I get a copyright notice. Let's talk about that real quick. It's time to do some show updates. First of all, big shout out again to the chat moderators, Jeremy Benninger and Luis Zelaya. Y'all be nice to them. Those cats, they had their hands full yesterday. Guys, I didn't know what was happening yesterday, but holy shit, we hit over 900 viewers at one time. I had no idea. People were telling me later because I was just in it with Jerome. I'm having a good time. That shit got wild. So Jeremy and Luis said chat got lit yesterday. And I appreciate those guys doing the job that really, I mean, I can't pay those cats. They do it because they love it and they want to keep y'all having fun in chat. So thank both of those guys. I'll snap. Dr. Dre on 290, homie, what's up? Does Oliver swing at your piss stream when he watches you? No, he doesn't. Although yesterday he did try to dive into the toilet. If my wife hears this right now, she's going to be so mad. But that's the truth. That's just my life. That's the life I live. He likes to watch me pee. What am I supposed to do? But no, he doesn't play with it. Dr. Dre, that sounds so disgusting. I can't even believe you made me say that out loud. Tyler Stanford, homie, what's up, man? Happy Friday back to you. Bro, why you killing me? Here's a few bucks to help you get your man card back. That ain't happening, bro. I'm never getting it back. I appreciate you, though. It's not going to happen. she just heard me, too. She's going to be like, let me have the $5, and you're still not getting your man card back. But I appreciate you guys being here. Some updates. So yesterday was lit, right? It got crazy. I think we ended up on the suggested page for YouTube again. I don't know how that's happening, but I ain't mad about it. Now, every time it happens, it just gets crazy, man. And I'm so blessed for that. And I thank you guys. You guys are a part of that because you're here and you watch. And YouTube goes, oh, that shit looks popular. Let's put it on the front page or wherever it ends up. So thank you guys for continuing to support. What up, Lil Monkey Muscle? I like that name. That's pretty badass. Happy TGIF to you too. Also, let's talk about what happened yesterday. You know, the show intro yesterday, I saw some of you guys comment where you were like, yo, this show intro is great. It's got lyrics. It's got a beat. This dude can rap. This is great. That is PJ North. And he's a singer. He's a country singer. He's very versatile. And shout out to Walt Walker for hooking me up with him. That dude is nice. I'm going to have him on the show one day. He's into drag racing. He's into that. He's into all kinds of racing and shit. And that song was actually about drag racing. And the song was badass too. Well, PJ and I exchanged some texts. He said, I'd love to give you some music for your intro. You tell me what you want. I'll send it to you. I did. He emailed it. That's so badass. It was just so easy. And then YouTube goes, nah, fam, that song is copyrighted. And then they hit me with a copyright strike and said, all right, you're in trouble. So now I'm having to fight that and say, yo, this dude, actually, we texted each other. I emailed him. He emailed me. He sent me the song. Why can't I use it? So that's one reason why I had to get a new show opener. So I can't wait until we get this resolved so I can keep bumping PJ North to open this show because it's a badass song and I appreciate his generosity in letting me use it. So we'll get that figured out. But that's what happened yesterday. And thanks to Walt for introducing me. Now, everybody's laughing at what is John Parker up to? Look at this super chat. So John Parker says, $20.01. Remember when we didn't have to pay for shout outs? Beverage Farms remembers. Bro, you don't have to pay for shout outs, John. I mean, it helps. I'm obviously going to read it. You know, like, I'm obviously, if you send me a penny, if you send me $20.01, if like Tyler McKee did, holy shit. If you send me $137, hell yeah, I'm reading that, man. But you know what? I still read text if you guys don't super chat. But damn, I appreciate it if you want to support the show and throw a few dollars my way. So of course I'm gonna read it. But you make it sound like I'm a whore, and I'm not mad at you for making it sound like I'm a whore at all. But I love you, John Parker, man. You've been very supportive, and I appreciate you. What does the shirt say? David Green wants to know what the shirt says. This guy loves cats. I'm not afraid of my manhood. Is that why the man card, or was it because of my wife? I don't know. This is a rocky start, guys. You guys are already just brutal in the chat. All right, so we got that out of the way. Next thing, it is Friday, and I promised I would do this every Friday. So real quick, I want to give a shout out to all the new patrons out there that joined the Patreon family. Adam Daughtery, Thank you, buddy. Clarence Marshall. Hey, guys, what's up? Appreciate you, Clarence. Dustin Stookie, my man. I enjoyed hanging out with y'all yesterday. Thank you for joining the Patreon as well. Houston Family Nutrition, my guy, Mo. You guys remember Mo from back in the weight loss challenge on The Usual Suspects. Mo and Houston Family Nutrition was a sponsor of the first one we did, so boom. Ike, buddy. Ike's been down since game day, homie. I appreciate you, Ike. Johnny Johnson, man, thank you so much for your patron and supporting the show, man. It's very much appreciated. Michael Caravantes, also aka Mikey C. Yo, I've known Mikey C all the way back to when I was a 1560 listener. Him and I met on the 1560 message board. So when I tell you hop on that Discord if you're a patron, man, you're gonna make some lifelong friends doing that. So go out there on the Discord if you've joined on Patreon and take advantage of the opportunity to get to know some fellow deckheads and hang out. Moaning Fly, Miss Moaning, I love you, sweetie. Thank you so much for the support. Mr. Crusham's my guy. Thank you. Peter Avila, brother, I appreciate you hopping on board. My dude, RC1911, a.k.a. Robert, man. Thank you very much. Old Dick Berm. My guy, Richard Burmaster. Great friend. We started the Cage Door together, and here he is supporting me by joining the Patreon, and he didn't have to, but I appreciate it. And I got to tell you a funny story about Dick Berm here in a minute. Penguin Katie, what's up, sweetie? Also met her on 1560. See her in the chat. Roland Silva, our Silva, we met on 1560 in the message board. See what I mean? Hop on that Discord, make some lifelong friends. And last but not least, thank you to Virginia Buttonweed, who joined right before we went on air today. You would join on Law Talk Day, Virginia Buttonweed. I love you, but everybody hates Virginia Buttonweed. So, look, if you want to join the Discord, there's different levels. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. There's a $2, $5, and $10 level. I appreciate any level you join. This is some of the stuff you get depending on the level that you sign up for. You can get stickers, koozies, drawstring bags. And every level you move up, you get that level and the previous level. So if you're a huge deckhead, you get everything on the screen, all right? And most importantly, and I think the most important thing on there is my love and appreciation. You definitely get that if you sign up. And you get it anyways. You're here. I love you. You're listening. If you want to join, patreon.com, barryondeck. It's that simple. Patreon.com, barryondeck. Okay, got the horror stuff out of the way. Now, yesterday I was talking to Jeremy Vinegar, our chat moderator, and he was telling me, dude, people want fantasy. No, it wasn't Jeremy. I apologize. I got to go back and who that was. And see who that was. But somebody was saying you guys were talking about fantasy leagues yesterday. And I'm 100% down for that. Where did it go? Who was it? Oh, yeah. Asking for a Friend was telling me that. At In The Rough on Twitter. But he was saying, dude, people were talking fantasy leagues. Oh, that's coming. That is definitely going to happen this year. So we're going to have some Barry on deck fantasy leagues. We're going to have some general leagues. We'll have some Patreon only leagues where I'll have some prizes that I'll give you. Just being a patron, patron? Yeah, patron. Be a patron, be in the league. I'll have some stuff that I'll give you guys if you win the league or leagues. We'll probably need a couple. I'm hoping so. So be on the lookout for that. And some of you have talked about a meetup. It's absolutely going to happen because, and I don't want to get way too far ahead of myself, but I've been in talks with my guy over at Kobos Q, and he said, let's do a get together. So yes, it's going to go down. Marty hit me up yesterday also on the Twitters and was talking about a get together. We are going to get together as deckheads at Kobos Q and wreck shop and eat food and hang out and kick it. So that's going to be fun. Hell, maybe we'll do a fantasy draft there. I don't know. We're going to figure it out. But shout out to Kobos Q. Please support that dude. You talk about a genuinely salt of the earth good person. Can't say enough good things about him or his food. So make sure you check that out. Oh, Golfer Jay, that was you? That talked about the fantasy. That's dope. I don't know. I only, it's hard to keep up if you got multiple names, but I'll try to file that away, but I'm bad with them. So, okay, let's see. What else do I got? Last show note, and then we got to get to some sports because I do have a bunch. This is taking way too long. If you reached out about advertising, I finally have all the packets done, so I'll be sending those out. If you requested it, first of all, thank you. Second of all, you'll have it this weekend. I'm just going to reach out and get your email. But the advertising packages are done. We already have one advertiser on board, and I'm expecting a contract for a second one this weekend. So, yay! We're moving on up in the world, kids. All right. I have really big news for the show, and I'm not going to spoil it until Monday of next week. But let's just say that I have a guest next week that is going to, I lost my mind when he said yes. But you guys are going to, I think, really enjoy this. You're going to freak out maybe a little bit. I'm not going to tell you who it is yet, but on Tuesday, for sure, don't miss that show. Don't miss any show. But Tuesday, I'll give you a hint. This dude really knows how to party. There's your hint. Okay, figured out. Don't miss it. Tuesday. I'll announce it Monday. Oh, I'm so damn excited about this. All right, let's talk a little sports because I do want to we got to get to lawn talk here at 2:30. I'm trying to stay on some sort of regimen. Oh, by the way, D Green sent me the latest updates with the coronavirus shit. You want to talk about getting wild? Look at this. He said the lines, these are the projections over the next month. If it's as bad as the high cases, look at the spike. That's going to be ugly. But if it's as low as the low cases, we could really see a turn in this whole thing and maybe start the downward spiral of that curve. So, or the downslope at least. So, but I appreciate you, D Green. Thank you for the update on that. Okay. I didn't get to this yesterday. Oh shit. I almost forgot. We're drinking today. And what we're drinking, I promised Brandon Gary, he sent me some super chats and he told me I had to try this shit. And I say shit because I have not heard good things, but he said, Barry, you have to try proper number 12. It's really good. Brandon Gary, I'm a man of my word. I took your super chats money and I went and bought a bottle of proper number 12, Conor McGregor's Irish whiskey. And I'm going to try this straight, and then I'm going to try it with Diet Coke, and I'm going to tell you what I think about it. And I'm going to be honest. All right? So just a little bit here. Now I'm drinking it in a Crown glass, so that's not very, I mean, that's like wearing Nikes and Adidas, but so Christopher Hart taught me how to drink whiskey. You gotta let it sit on the tongue and burn for a minute. We're gonna try that first. Okay, it's not bad. Yeah, that's not terrible. I really thought it was gonna taste like a leprechaun's taint. I really thought like this is gonna taste like Lucky Charms if Lucky Charms were made of butthole meat. I really thought that. I was like, this is gonna be. It's not that bad. Yeah, it's really not that bad. Now the real test though is you gotta take this. Oh, it's got water in it. It's melted. Now the real test, what does it taste like with Diet Coke? Yeah? Huh? Where's my little stirrer at? This is how much I drink when I do this shit. I have a stirrer. Who keeps a stirrer in their office? That's some weird shit. Here we go. Okay, it's not bad. I stand corrected, Brandon Gary. It's not terrible. I really thought it was good. I really wanted to hate it. I wanted to tell you that you have the taste buds of a human foot. It ain't bad, man. Not gonna lie. I'll end up drinking this whole bottle. It's that good. So shout out to you. Thanks for the super chats. I tried it, and you turned me on to something new. It's not terrible. It's not. I mean, I still love my Crown. But it's not terrible. Now, Donna. I'm glad you mentioned that, Donna. Donna said, we should get you some Old Umble. Well, guess what, Donna? Daddy got some Old Umble. I did the podcast yesterday for Old Umble. I'm trying to get look at that. I got the special reserve too. I joined them on the podcast, and it was an absolute blast, and it's amazing. And yeah, I'm an alcoholic now, so that's where I'm at. All right, but I did it, homie. Thank you, Brandon Gary. It's good. It's not terrible. And the Old Umble was really good. I told him I could mix this into the Crown rotation. This I'll finish. Not sure if I would spend all my money on proper number 12, but as far as Irish whiskeys go, not terrible. Okay, let's get to this NFL stuff. I didn't get to this yesterday because we had so much shit to talk about. But I'm trying to make sure I'm caught up on the. Oh, Chris Reyes wants to know, is it better than Crown? No, I'm not gonna say it was better than Crown, Mr. Reyes, but it wasn't like, there's some whiskey that you drink where you're just like, God, it tastes like dog piss, like legitimately like a dog pissed in a barrel, and then you aged it for it's good. It's good. Not too bad at all. All right, moving on. Let's get to some of this NFL stuff. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but the NFL had some rule changes that they're going to go through, and they were suggesting some different things to the league. Now, some of it is probably not going to happen. Some of it is a little far-fetched, I think, for them. But some of it I could see being a possibility. I've got a graphic here. I'm trying to find it here. I want to make sure I get all this correct. So a couple of things that they talked about to the competition committee. Expanding defenseless player protection to a returner who has secured possession but hasn't had the opportunity to ward off impending contact. So giving more time to a returner, I don't think that's a bad thing. Although that takes half the fun out when you watch a dude just get mowed down. But I get it. You got to protect those guys. And then the other one that I think is definitely going to be approved by the competition committee, and they're endorsing both of these, the one I just read you and this one, but they're closing the loophole that last season allowed the Patriots and the Titans, among other teams, to drain the clock by committing multiple dead ball fouls while the clock was running. You'll remember Mike Vrabel was leading the charge on doing this. So that's a new rule. What the hell just happened there? Oh, I just threw that on the screen. That's a new rule that I think you could expect to see next year, if not the following year. Now, some other rules that they're talking about. Nope. This one I found to be pretty interesting. Create a booth umpire and a senior technology advisor. Each official would have access to video and the ability either to make officiating calls or communicate to the referee based on what they see. So what they're saying is you're going to have a guy in the booth, you're going to have somebody looking, and they can watch video and go, oh no, like, let me pause this real quick. Nope. That was pass interference, or nope, that guy was offside, or that guy was lined up in the neutral zone. We don't know what it's going to cover yet, but that is a real possibility. I know that there have been teams, including I think the Ravens, that have been clamoring for a rule like this. I don't know if the competition committee is always on board on everything that gets put out there. Well, obviously they're not. And I read that they're not on board with this rule. But I think this is a great rule. I think this is an opportunity to get more stuff right. Because that's what we always talk about. If you're going to put rules in the game, that's fine. As long as the whole point is to get shit right. If you're just making rules to make, improve offensive output or whatever, that's kind of shitty. But in this case, if you're just trying to get the calls right, I'm all for it. Whatever it takes, whether it's electronics, whether it's extra referees, whatever, man. Get it right. All right, second rule that is being proposed to the NFL. Instead of kicking off after a score late in the fourth quarter trying an onside kick, a team would have the option for one offensive play from its 25-yard line. It would need to at least gain 15 yards to retain possession. I'm down with this. So instead of that stupid onside kick that works like 10% of the time at best, I don't even think that's the right number. What they're saying is that a team, instead of kicking onside, could say, no, we'll start one play from our 25-yard line. That's it. You get one play, and you'd have to pick up, not just a first down, you'd have to get a first down and a half. You got to get 15 yards. If you can do that, then you can keep the ball. And then I think you would normally, from there, it's just, all right, now you have normal possession. It's like recovering the onside kick. So I like it. I like it, and I'm down with that too. Now, there it goes. Chris Householder, buddy, thank you, homie. Man, you have been so supportive, man. And thank you for the super chat. That's very kind of you. And I always forget to ask you guys that. But yes, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. It's always appreciated. Thank you for being here. And thank you for reminding me, Chris, because I am awful at some of this self-promotion shit. And thank you for the super chat, my friend. Golfer J said Whitmeyer's. Yeah, Whitmeyer's is good whiskey too. Not gonna lie. Terrence Guidry, why are the super chat payments like infomercials for sex chats? What? Where's sex chat? Chris Householder was just being nice. Let me scroll back up here. There's a bunch of chats in between. I wish I could filter out just the. There we go. John Parker's. That's not sex for an infomercial. He's just calling me a whore, which I would like to point out that I never mentioned the super chats. You guys found it on your own, and I'm blessed and thankful. But there's no whoring going on here. No whoring, TJ. But what was it? Total Dallas said, I want no more timeout 1 second before field goals. That is, yeah, that's pretty shitty. But I get it. If you got one, ice the kicker. Okay? If you can have a pitcher about to start his windup and call time in the batter's box, if you can call timeout while a guy's shooting a free throw, what's the difference in football? I'm good with that. Let me see what else we got here. Let's see, what time is it? 2:28. Real quick, I did want to talk about this because I thought this was kind of interesting. It's a different perspective on life in general, but it involves sports. Did you guys hear about the NFL player that is suing United Airlines for sexual harassment? They're saying that he was saying that he was on an airline, him and his friend. He was on their airline, one of their planes, and a passenger, kept sexually harassing him. And he asked her to stop. He asked the flight attendants to do something. They did nothing about it. No one stopped to help. No one made that. Finally, the lady moved like 4 seats away. But this NFL player said that it was disturbing and that he wanted justice, and he filed a lawsuit. And listen, it sounds really weird at first. When you hear something like this, you're like, really? A dude? But it brings up a really interesting point that men are not excluded from being sexually harassed. It doesn't happen often, and most of us are like, cool. But it can happen. And, here's the difference. With guys, when we're being sexually harassed, if we think that it could end in sex, we're dumb enough to be like, well, most of us. Now, some of us have morals and scruples, and we don't want unwanted advances in sexual harassment. But I would be willing to bet you a lot of guys sitting on a plane, if a 5 or above chick started harassing them, they'd be like, fuck yeah, this is happening. Look, see, this is Chris Reyes. Look, I need to fly United. That's how dudes think. That's what we think. We don't. Now, see, Cowboy Trav. Was it Michael Sam? That was unwarranted. And TJ, it is true. Most won't admit it, but it does happen. I just don't know. See, this is what I thought as well. Was she not hot? This is how dudes think. Now, ladies, don't take this the wrong way. This is not men. This is not me or any of the dudes in chat being insensitive. This is how we think, though. I swear to God, when I read that, my first thought was she ugly? And my second thought was, well, is that possible? And then my third thought was, yeah, because he's a human, and if he doesn't want that to happen to him, it shouldn't happen to him. But it is something that you think about where you're like, wow, I never really thought of dudes being sexually harassed and having to deal with that. But it does happen. Now, it's never happened to me. I'm too ugly to be sexually harassed. But if I wasn't married and I was on a flight, well, I guess that's part of it. If you are married and some woman starts hitting on you, what do? Well, if she's awful and won't leave me alone, I'm for sure reporting it. But if she's just like, hey, you're hot, I'd be like, well, I appreciate you. I'm married. She'd be like, no, let's bang it out in the bathroom. I'd be like, no, I'm married, but I appreciate it. It's just, I don't know. That's how guys think. We judge everything. Okay? Not some things. We pretty much judge everything on, is she hot? That's a fact. I don't care what it is. You think about this. If you heard of a teacher that had sex with a 15-year-old boy, a kid, what's the first thing a lot of guys go? Was she hot? Because if I was 15 and a hot teacher wanted me to stay after to have some sex, I'm staying after to have some sex. Like, I'm not upset. I'm not turning her in. Are you shitting me? Look at Patrick McLellan, guys. I'm very nervous. You'll be fine, little buddy. You'll be fine. Just remember, don't put your mouth on the microphone. Now, see, this isn't a good... I got to stop doing that. But yeah, I did... Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. I can't do the R's. I really want to do the R's. That is true, Chris. I would like to see a mugshot. I want to see how hot this chick was that's sexually harassing football players on a plane. I'm going to guess no. Let's be real. If she was a 10, and I mean a 10, I'm talking whatever you think is a 10, think that. I don't think he's filing charges. I think this, like, she had like a third, like a horn or a third eye or maybe one titty. I don't know. There was something where he was like, ugh, God, I want her to stop. And then she wouldn't. Our Anthony wants to know, where's the microphone? Well, homie, the microphone is up there. I've moved it out of the way so that you guys can still hear me, but it's not in the shot, all in my face. No, I hope nobody screen captured that. So there's some sports news. I really am interested in these rule changes for the NFL. We'll see what happens. They didn't announce who the player was that filed the sexual harassment charges. All right, it's 2:33, guys. And that means that it is time for Lawn Talk. Oh yeah, it's time, everybody. Here we go. Wait a minute. Hold on. Pause. Put a pin in that. Let's go back here. What if it was Holly Berry with a cold sore, would you? Hell yes. Well, yes. Just a cold sore, no like down there herpes? Yeah, I would ourselves. I totally would. Yo, Keith Sager, buddy. Thank you so much. Saving the super chat for Lawn Talk Day. Keep it up. My guy, you ready for Lawn Talk? I'm ready for Lawn Talk. Who's ready for Lawn Talk? Yes, let's do it. Now, I promised, where'd it go? I want to put it back on there. Nope, that wasn't it. Where the hell did it go? There it is, Travis Lambert. Homie, Travis Lambert, you are up, my friend. You are on the clock. I'm going to find your chat message. You ask your question. You are first on the clock. I appreciate your super chat, but that's not why you're first on the clock. You're first on the clock because you tweeted me about it, and I told you wait till Friday. So you get first question. In the meantime, D. Mata, I have yours. And Jeremy Vinegar, I also have yours. I think he's actually off today and not here, but he can come back and watch it later. That's fine. Neil, I see that. Mikey C said, I'll super chat $10 for no Lawn Talk. How dare you, sir? Okay, here you go. Here's Travis Lambert's question. It says, I had to have my sewer replaced and now I have a strip of new grass down my front yard. How do I make sure that it takes? All right, so this is a really good question. This happens a lot where you'll see people get their yard worked on because of the utility easement, and then you got to put it back. The good thing is, eventually, it's going to find its way back to normal, if that makes sense, Travis. There was a lot, like they went around and put fire hydrants in on all the corner lots, and they had to dig to a tunnel and all that, very similar to what you had happen. And they just when those guys do it, they just throw grass on there and it looks like shit, but it still comes back. St. Augustine is very resilient. What I will tell you is this. If you have the chance, okay, if you have the opportunity, what I would do is I would just buy a bag of compost and a bag of 50-50 mix, because I don't know how long it is, okay? But you want to get a good inch to 2, and this looks like I'm describing my penis, but you want to get a good inch to 2 inches of 50-50 mix at minimum, maybe some compost in there, and mix it up underneath the grass, okay? So if they're not stuck, if they're not rooted yet, if you can still pull them back, take them all out. Put in that 50-50 mix, put all of them back. The key, though, for the next 2 weeks, water every day. Keep the roots wet. You want to keep the grass wet, not soggy. Just keep those roots moist. Moist roots. Keep them moist every day for 2 weeks. Not crazy. Don't go overboard, you'll get a fungus. Just, go out, maybe spend 10 minutes. Like, water really good the first day, and then just keep it wet. And then 2 or 3 days later, water really good again. It's starting to get really hot and dry. So keep it really moist for 2 weeks, and then make sure you water it every 3 to 4 days for the next couple weeks. Now you're a month in, just make sure it gets an inch to an inch and a half of water, because you're coming into the hot season. You're going to lose some no matter what. It's going to die. But it'll come back, I promise. St. Augustine is resilient. Just keep those roots wet for 2 weeks, okay? I hope that answers your question. You're going to be fine no matter what. Some of these folks don't do shit, and it still comes back. St. Augustine is pretty tough, okay? All right, now, I'm gonna have to go up here and pause the chat. Not pause it, but make sure I can go back and get any more questions. I'm sorry, Mikey C. I know. Bro, people love the lawn talk. What are you going to do? All right, now, Demetrius Mata sent me pictures. And he said, look, I got some grass that's dead, and I don't know what the hell to do about it, Barry. This is what it looks like in the front. Demetrius has like a redneck mullet going on in his yard, except it's the opposite. So he's business up front, and there's like it's a sad party going on in the back. You can see where all this shit is dying right here. You see more dead spots. This is real bad. You can just see that's just all weeds. That looks like my beard. If I tried to grow a beard, that's exactly what it would look like. And Demetrius, we're going to talk about your mulch selection here in a second, bro. But he wants to know how to fix this. And a lot of y'all probably have this. First things first is, Demetrius, you have to figure out why this is happening before you fix it. Is this happening because it's not getting enough sunlight? Doesn't look like it. There's sunlight. I see that. So grass usually doesn't want a lot of shade. It wants some shade, not a lot of shade, or permanent shade. So you're getting sunlight here. What I'm worried about is how much water are you getting back here? Is it getting as much as the rest of the yard is? And so that's the first thing that I would look at is, do you have a watering issue back there? What are your sprinklers set at? What are they doing? And how much water is this getting compared to the rest of the yard? Because it just looks like it's underwatered and died to me. Now, what I would do to fix this, I don't think I would want to wait for St. Augustine to grow back, because it could take a very long time, but you got to get rid of all these weeds. And my advice would be, is I would get some Roundup or a weed killer. I need to find the one that I use. Here's the deal. It's called Compare and Save. And it's the same. It's actually stronger than Roundup, and you can get a jug and mix it yourself, and it's more cost effective. I'll put a link to it on Amazon in the description of this video. Somebody don't let me forget that. But get you some Roundup or Compare and Save or whatever, and kill all this. Then get you a tiller. Just go rent one and get rid of all the dead stuff. Get it out. Till the dirt up. Put down a 50-50 mix like I just described earlier, and then just resod this with some fresh St. Augustine. Because, bro, it's going to take far too long to get this back to normal by just letting St. Augustine do itself. Randy Lemon has a saying, kill, till, and fill. That's exactly what I would do here. Kill the weeds, till the ground, get rid of all the stuff, get you some fresh, good soil in there, and then fill it in with more St. Augustine pallets, and then do the same watering. Make sure you keep it wet for 2 weeks. Keep the roots moist for 2 weeks, and then water it every 3 or 4 days. And then when you hit the summer, make sure it's getting at least an inch to an inch and a half of water. So I hope that helps, homie. The third question came from Jeremy Vinegar, and that was on the Discord. And like I've told you guys, that's part of being on Patreon. You get access to the Discord, and on the Discord, there's a lawn talk section, and you get to ask questions. But Jeremy wanted to know, what's the best way to get rid of clover? 2 things I recommend. One's an easy, cost-effective way to do it, and the other one is super expensive but very effective. So the first thing I would try is I would go get Weed Beater for Southern Lawns. They have Weed Beater Ultra, which probably it's too hot now to use, but it works really well. But then there's Weed Beater for Southern Lawns. I think it kills something like 4 to 6 different types of clover. It's very good. The other alternative to that is get you some liquid atrazine. You can buy liquid atrazine that you just put on a hose-in sprayer or mix and spray the clover with it. And atrazine is really good if you can control how you use it. Just letting it get to your trees will kill them. But if you can control where you spray the liquid atrazine, it's very effective on weeds. So Weed Beater for Southern Lawns or liquid atrazine, and the most expensive but most effective option that I found on just about any weed in your yard is called Celsius. Earlier, I think I talked about it last week. It's about $134 a bottle. Somebody found it on Amazon. I actually go get it locally at like one of those local places that sells where you can do your own chemicals, do your own pest control. They have Celsius, and I don't think it was $134. I might be wrong, but it was expensive. But that shit works. So get Celsius. Listen, all of you out there, if you're into your lawns and you're having a weed problem, like Virginia buttonweed, I see you in the chat, but I also see you in my damn yard. Celsius, Celsius, Celsius. Yes, it's expensive. I know. But if you really want to get rid of the weeds, that's the best way to do it. All right. Clarence Marshall, how many of you trim your grass? I cut it. All right. This is... Do you prefer Japanese boxwoods or a nice waxy leaf ligustrum? I like the boxwoods, to be honest with you, because I can shape and mold them into what I want them to look like. Wax leaf ligustrums are nice, but I prefer the Japanese boxwoods. Let me see. I'm trying to see if we got any more questions. Is it supposed to rain all next week? That's good. That'll keep the grass moist. I got brown patch in a sea of green. Here you are, Silva. I got brown patches in a sea of green grass. Makes no sense to me. How do I fix it, Lawn Guru? Well, Roland, this is a shitty answer to the question, but you have to figure out what it is, because brown patches in a sea of green could be several different things. Depending on where the patches are, it could be chinch bugs, it could be sod webworms, it could be fungus, it could be, what do they call it? There's some kind of rot. I forget the name of it. But it could be where there's certain diseases that your St. Augustine can get where it's probably just going to die. And then the best thing to do is cut around it, fill it in. If you don't know how to figure it out, there's a lot of ways you can figure it out. Like, here's one, if you know that it's grub worms. Grubs have gotten me twice in 5 years that I've lived at this house. But here's a cool way you can tell if you have grub worms in your yard. As you go out, it looks like your yard is dying and melting away. It looks like, the grass is just disappearing. Pull up on the grass at the edges. And if it, in your house, if you pull up on your carpet, there's a little bit of give to it. If it does that, that's probably grub worms. So I would treat for that. One way to check for, to see if you have chinch bugs is put like a coffee can in the ground, fill it with water, and the chinch bug should float to the top. Now, Randy Lemon says that doesn't work, but it worked for me. That you can actually take the paper, I think, and scrape them too, like white paper. But that's one way to check. You could treat for all of those, but then you might have a fungus like brown patch or something else. So you just have to figure that out first, dude, and then get the right chemical to treat it. I wish there was a better answer, but I can't. I can tell you how to treat for 15 different things, but you might have something that's the 16th different thing. All right, what else? All right, you guys really like the word moist. That is very obvious. No ma'am said sunlight between two walls, probably just getting a few minutes a day for Demetrius Mata. Yeah, probably. Let's see, what else? Do not buy knockoff turf builder. I tried Gary's instead of Scott's and it killed all my grass and also my girlfriend's lizard. See, this is why hour number 2 is going to be fun. Patrick is a hoot. He's a hoot, I tell you. Let's see. Can we just watch fight on someone's lawn? That's weird, Clarence. All right. Is that all the lawn talk questions? That's it? That's pretty easy. What is this? Will you show us how to trim a bonsai tree next week during lawn talk? Walt, bro, I don't know. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not showing you how to trim a bonsai tree. I'm not Mr. Miyagi, bro. All right. What time is it? It's 2:45. Go. We still have a little bit of time. That's lawn talk. That was 15 minutes of lawn talk. So I hope you got your questions answered. We'll do it again next Friday at 2:30. Let's see here. Where did it go? Sitting on a goddamn corner doing dope. Here we go. Now, I found this article on, I don't know if y'all heard about this, but there was a nurse in Russia whose coworker, now, I'm going to let you guess what the coworker probably looked like. But this is the headline. Hot nurse is disciplined for wearing bra and panties under see-through PPE gown. Now, if this was your nurse, this goes kind of back to the question of sexual harassment. If this was your nurse, would you be, look at that old man. That old man has a boner for the first time in 30 years. I promise you, this old man did not turn this lady in. This was a coworker, somebody frumpy, somebody whose husband doesn't look at her like he used to because she let herself go and she weighs triple what she did when they met. And yeah, he does too. But you know what? He's not going to work and turning in Bill, who works out and decides to go shirtless at the hospital. Frank's not doing that. Frank don't care. Take your shirt off, Bill. I'm not jealous. But this lady is a nurse. She's got on all the required equipment. Necessary. And she's cute. Like, I mean, I can't see her face, but her body ain't bad. Who's turning that in? Yeah. Yep. Yeah. You know who. Frumpy Lisa. Not Lisa in the chat. I love Lisa. But you know Lisa was like, this is uncalled for. What a whore. Get your shit together. Oh my God. That's disgusting. So she turned her in. In fact, I have what she said. The unidentified staffer told her managers at the Tula Regional Clinical Hospital that this lady was, quote, too hot, end quote, to wear clothing underneath. So the incident was first reported by a local news outlet on the Tula Pressa newspaper. And there was reportedly no complaints from her patients. But hospital chiefs punished the nearly new nurse for, quote, non-compliance with the requirements for medical clothing. I don't know about you, but that shit looks like she's got all the equipment on that's required to me. I don't know. I think that's horseshit. I think every nurse, except my wife, I don't want her having to go to work like that. Every nurse should have to wear clothes like that. What's wrong with that? What's this breaking news? Sam Rubio, is that? I'm going to have to Google that now. I'm going to have to hop on mid-show. This is why I need a producer in my ear to tell me. Because, you can't count on people. You can't count on people to yeah, see, I don't see that as a headline. I don't see that. Nope. Oh, I do see it. Holy shit. Breaking news. You heard it from Sam Rubio first. Jerry Sloan passed away. 9:41 a.m. How did I miss that during show prep? But Jerry Sloan, coach of the Jazz, was just featured in the Last Dance documentary, but dude just passed away. That's very sad. I always felt bad for Jerry Sloan. I felt like he seemed like a good dude. He seemed like a good coach. What was his coaching record? But I felt bad for him because he kind of got he got a bad rap for not winning with those Jazz teams when he probably should have. He was with the Jazz as an assistant from 85 to 88, and then he was with the team from 88 to 2001. He was an all-star, all-defensive team, first and second. His number was retired by the Bulls. I wasn't aware of that. Where else? Let's see. 10,500 points for his career. Average 7.4 rebounds and 2.5 assists per game. He's in the Basketball Hall of Fame as a coach. What I don't understand, let me get this naked nurse off here while we talk about this man that passed away. But yeah, he probably got a bad rap. And The Last Dance didn't do him any favors. But he kind of got a bad rap for being a coach that couldn't win it all. But man, he seemed, I don't know him, but he seemed like a good dude. And I thought he was a good basketball coach. Those Jazz teams put the fear of God in some people. And yeah, it helps when you have Stockton and Malone, but Jerry Sloan was a good basketball coach, so rest in peace. Wow, is that true? 7-13 Hooligan, fourth most regular season wins all time? Let me look up, I guess I could look that up on Basketball Reference, but yeah, if that's true, shit, that's pretty stout. Well, I'll look it up. This is why you need a damn producer, because it's really difficult to look up coaching stats on the fly. All right, so rest in peace to Jerry Sloan. It is 2:51. We're about to get out of here. We haven't done a video yet. I just realized I haven't done a video breakdown today. We cannot go a day without a video. So are you guys ready for your video? Now, I have 3 videos. We're only going to have time to do one, so I'm going to save the other 2. They're kind of related. I'm going to save the other 2 for tomorrow. Now, I will admit before we get into the videos, I haven't really sat down and watched this video a lot to break it down. So I am going to be breaking it down with you guys on the fly. I've watched it twice, but I have not broken it down. So this video, who sent me this? Damn it, I got to get their name. While you watch this video, I'm going to go get the name. But this is the video that we are breaking down today. Okay, now, I don't know what the hell was said, first of all. But Jeremy Vinegar is the one that sent this. So he's getting long talk questions in. He's a chat moderator. Now he's a video. He might as well get a producer credit for this shit. But there's so much to break down with this video. Holy shit. First and foremost, we're at a Home Depot and there's a bunch of Hispanics fighting. Nobody's shocked. Now, let's break down the fight here for a second if we can. First of all, holy shit, I'm so glad we caught it right here. But if you look to the right of the screen, this big tall man has this man in the shorts with his underwear hanging out with an arm lock, and he hits him with a bucket of paint. Splatter! Bro, I'm 45 years old. I have never seen anyone get hit with a bucket of paint like that. That shit hurt, first of all. But second of all, that was a pretty piss poor calculation on his part, because now he's got paint all over him. Holy shit. Look, now, the other guy, look behind him. Is that a shovel? Oh no, that's not a shovel. That's like a cardboard box. Why are you hitting somebody with a cardboard box, bro? Unless it's a shovel in a cardboard box. What are you doing with your life? That's not hurting nobody. But now the fight's on and we got paint all over the place. So now this is the Mexican at Home Depot equivalent of mud wrestling, because there's paint and it's all slipping and sliding. Okay. Oh, now I don't know what that old man had. Was that the paint bucket? Okay, yeah. So he slaps this dude over the head with a paint bucket. Blah! And then he does it again as the dude's trying to get away. He throws the paint bucket. Now you can see there's paint in the air everywhere. This guy behind him is like, yo, let me get this bucket and knock this old man out. That old man sees him. He's like, no, bitch, I don't think so. Now watch this. Have some slap, ho. Oh! Yo! That slap is fucking... Bow! Dude, that's a major league level slap right there. That ain't no fucking AA slap, okay? This is called up to the majors. You're going to the show kind of slap. Ha! Ha! Okay, now he lands 2 blows there, and he makes Slippery Paint Guy lose his balance a little bit. But can we talk for a second about how this ain't a fair fight? Look how much bigger Mr. Paint Bucket Thrower is. Is he fighting a child right now? This looks like a dad. This looks like what I'm gonna do to Oliver when he gets home from the PetSmart for panhandling. I would like to point something out while we're here, folks, and I know we're running out of time, but that was a shovel! It was a shovel! Holy shit! Look at the background. Look behind the fat guy that's throwing slaps. Look at the guy with the shovel. Literally just chopped the guy's head off. We just saw a murder in the Home Depot. And this is fucking wild. I didn't even notice that the first 2 times I watched it. But over here, yeah, that's a shovel now. I thought it was cardboard. No, old boy has the shovel and he's not afraid. Look at how he swings it. Yo! Now, there's a couple of slaps. And now, little guy here, Tattoo. You have to watch Fantasy Island to get that. But Tattoo's like, oh shit, I don't want none of this fat dude. If he's going to throw paint and hands, I'm out of here. Now, he starts backing up. And I like how he's holding on to the paint like he's going to do something with it. Now, the big, tall, fat guy that throws paint also has glasses on. And you can't hit a guy with glasses. Of course, you shouldn't hit little people either. But then he goes for the Undertaker chokeslam. Look, you see the paw go up? He's going for the chokeslam. And then he gets him by the back of the neck, though, not the front. That makes it harder. Plus, Tattoo is covered in paint. And you can't really grab somebody when they're covered in paint. So Webster, the Hispanic Webster, throws the paint bucket. He has nowhere to go now. I would have just turned around and ran, but his last-ditch effort is, fuck it, I'm throwing this paint bucket. Now Lurch is like, oh shit, I dropped my phone. Look, he's got his glasses on. What is he getting? Did you hear somebody yell stop? Did you hear somebody yell, yo, stop? Bro, stop. What do you mean stop? There was a fucking murder committed back there by shovel. And now you want people to stop? It's too late, bro. There's been a decapitation in this Home Depot parking lot. It's too late. So do you notice now that the little guy's walking briskly after him like he don't want none of this? Bro, look how far you backpedaled. No, you don't want none of that big fat guy with glasses. Oh, we got another slap. Just when you thought it was over. Just when you thought it wasn't going to continue, big boy wants some more. Little guy ran. Boy, big boy was throwing hands now. That shit was legit. Okay. We are way over. I've got to get to a break. I got to get Patrick in here. That shit was live though. And I know I missed some super chats, guys. And I very much apologize. I was all into it. Who did I miss? Where did I got to give him a shout out. Where'd they go? I got Keith. Boy, I need another hand or eye or whatever. Oh, I just saw Lisa's name. Hi, Lisa. Shit, where did they go? I know Eric Resendez was one of them. Oh, there we go. This is Bradley Jackson. Mr. Jackson, thank you very much. He says, please tell me you ain't drinking that crap Brandon recommended. I am, my friend. I'm absolutely drinking that crap he recommended. It's right there, Bradley. Blame your boy, okay? But that's exactly what I'm drinking. Proper number 12. I thought it was going to taste like number 2. It does not. It was actually pretty good, but it's good to see you, Mr. Jackson. Thank you. Eric Resendez, thank you, homie. Again, Barry, you can say Mexicans at the Home Depot. I have to get Eric. Thank you for the super chat, but you do realize even though my wife is Hispanic, I still have to get permission to say it. Like I literally have. That's why I'm taking a 5-minute break. Is I'm going to go ask, is it okay if I said Mexican? And she's going to say yes, and then I'll be forgiven. So I can't get any hate. Okay, thank you guys for the super chats. That's hour number 1. I am 5 minutes over. Oh shit, is that true? Jet signed Joe Flacco? Maybe we'll talk to Patrick McLellan about that in the next hour. Here we go. We got a 5-minute break. I have to pee, and then we're going to come back. I'm going to get Patrick on Skype, and we're going to do the damn thing. Hour number 2 coming up. Barry on deck. Thank you all for sticking around. We'll see you in 5 minutes.
Would you rather have a 2-14 season and maybe have a chance of having your ownership step up and get some nuts and fire everybody, or go 8-8, 9-7, kind of luck your way into another playoff spot and keep the status quo?
That's a really good question. Do you want a 2-14 season, but get
you might not have a choice,
O'Brien, or do you want 8-8 9-7.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the perfect scenario, because I would rather take the 2-14 season this year and get rid of Bill O'Brien, because I think that's the problem. But what if they start off 2-5, but then they go 5-2 or whatever?
He saves his job. No, he saves his job, but then has a stroke on Monday Night Football.
Okay, if they that's it. We're not going to kill Bill O'Brien. I don't wish him.
Kubiak didn't die either, but I mean, he went on to win a Super Bowl in another city.
No, we don't want him dying. We don't want him to have a stroke. That's bad shock. But I do. Here's the ideal scenario in what you're saying. Forget 2-14 or 9-7 and barely making the playoffs or barely missing the playoffs. They go 1-6, like you say. He gets fired. And then they win 8 in a row, 7 in a row, because that's possible. Because this second half,
they're not firing him at the bye week. They're not firing.
If they go 1-6 or 0-7,
no, because that's your GM too, and there's nobody else in that organization I think is prepared to step up and take over in midseason. He'll make it through the year.
It doesn't matter. They'll find somebody. I don't think you can fade a 1-7 or a 1-6 or an 0-7 start to the season and fade that. There's no way. Even as dumb as Cal McNair is, I don't think so.
Hey yo, it's the motherfucking honey badger. Up in this bitch. I'm eating bees and snakes and shit. I'm here to tell you motherfuckers one thing. Nah, I don't give a shit. Man, I'm always hungry and I don't give a shit. A snake wants to bite me, but I don't give a shit. I'll chase his ass up a tree cause I don't give a shit. No, I don't give a shit. No, I don't give a shit. A motherfucking lion rolls up and I don't give a shit. I'll probably blow his ass up cause I don't give a shit. Man, I'm hungry as fuck and I don't give a shit. No, I don't give a shit. No, I don't give a shit. I got a fucking stripe down my back. You think I give a shit? I'm always ready to attack cause I don't give a shit. Them other animals are whack and I don't give a shit. No, I don't give a shit. No, I don't give a shit. Yeah, I might look like a skunk, but I don't give a shit. Just don't mistake me for a punk, cause I don't give a shit. I'm down to keep the desert crunk, cause I don't give a shit. No, I don't give a shit. No, I don't give a shit. My claws all sharp like a machete, I don't give a shit. I'm the boss of the Serengeti, I don't give a shit. I'll cut your guts up like confetti, I don't give a shit. No, I don't give a shit. No, I don't give a shit. Bees sting me while I eat, I don't give a shit. Because their babies taste sweet and I don't give a shit. I eat 1,000 every week and I don't give a shit. No, I don't give a shit. No, I don't give a shit. I got poisoned by a snake and I don't give a shit. I got up and then I ate cause I don't give a shit. I'll hardly ever catch a break, but I don't give a shit. No, I don't give a shit. No, I don't give a shit. Girls love my honey badger dick, but I don't give a shit. I'm known to give it to them quick cause I don't give a shit. Honey badger skeet on their lips and I don't give a shit. No, I don't give a shit. No, I don't give a shit. There's a fucking bell in this track and I don't give a shit. I guess it probably sounds whack and I don't give a shit. It's going ding 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 and I don't give a shit. No, I don't give a shit. No, I don't give a shit. I'm in the Guinness Book of Records, I don't give a shit. You don't believe me, go and check it, I don't give a shit. I'll strip a monkey butt naked, I don't give a shit. No, I don't give a shit. No, I don't give a shit. Man, I'm always down to fight and I don't give a shit. And if we do, it's not gonna be your night and I don't give a shit. You're probably not gonna be alright and I don't give a shit. No, I don't give a shit. No, I don't give a shit. Now I'm about to end this song and I don't give a shit. I'll probably do it all wrong, but I don't. Honey badger, I don't give a shit. THB bitches.
All right, well, best laid plans. We are having technical difficulties trying to get Patrick McLellan on the line, and I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. Oh, nope. This is not working good. Okay, I think I got it now. Sorry for the extended break, you guys. This shit is a little crazy, and you can imagine trying to do this by myself isn't easy, so I think I got him now. We're going to add Patrick in right now. Sorry about the long break, you guys. While I'm letting Patrick get set up, I'm going to mute his microphone until he's ready to go. But real quick, I do want to say, Patrick Randall, thank you so much for the super chat. He gave Myles Garrett and OJ the combo paint the shovel. Yeah, go back if you missed it. If you're just tuning in for hour number 2, go back and look at the video we broke down right before the end there. That was a lot of fun. Patrick Randall, P. Randizzle, thank you for the super chat, my friend. Always appreciated. Patrick McLellan getting his video set up. Make sure you turn your video on, homie, and we'll get you added. No, it's not on, and then I'll get you added. For those tuning in, whew, it's a little hectic. You know there's going to be tech issues sometimes, and we're having them. But this is hour number 2, Barry on Deck. Thank you for joining me. If you missed hour number 1, this will be uploaded to YouTube. You can go back and watch it. I'm planning on, now here's the cool thing. You guys, AR Platinum has been telling me that he's going to, well, he's got some ideas. And one of the things he told me was to actually add, what's it called? Highlights from each show. So I plan on doing that at some point. So let me see here. I'm going to bring Patrick in. So Patrick, you still don't have video, homie. I can't see you, but I can hear you.
Is that tight?
No video. I hear you. I think the people can hear you. If you guys can hear Patrick, just leave me a little chat message. Oh, there he is. Hell yeah. Oh, in the house. Let me get this. This is so wild. Look at us. Crop split screen.
I hate technology so much.
Oh, you and me both, homie. Are you being held hostage right now? Where are you at?
Yeah, it's similar to ISIS. This is where I don't have a flag behind me, but this is my backdrop where I do all my videos to try to recruit people for my militia. Yeah.
Are you outside or inside? Because I can't really tell.
I could be in a garage. I don't know. I'm gonna leave that up to it's a mystery. I could be in a shed somewhere. I might be in my bedroom. Who knows?
It looks nice though. It definitely looks nice. Oh, look at us now.
It's quarantine. It's like a tiny little nook, and there's a cage all around me. I'm actually locked in here.
All right, Patrick McLellan joins me hour number 2. Sorry about the technical difficulties. I'm glad everybody can hear you. Somebody said nice Oilers helmet, so they can actually see you as well.
Yeah, it's my phone. It's actually a phone.
That's badass, dude. How old is that thing?
Call up Warren Moon. Warren Moon's on the other line. I'll call up Warren Moon, see what he's up to.
It's like a president, like just a line directly from Reagan to Gorbachev. It's just you to Warren Moon.
Yeah, me and Warren Moon. He's just like, leave me alone. I have a restraining order.
How old is that helmet?
It's from it's at least 96, right? I don't know.
Oh shit! You just lost.
Hello?
There's
nobody there. It's a real phone. It works.
Is that Warren Moon's skull? Is that?
Nope. That's Al Del Greco's skull.
Okay. So much to get to. What are you drinking, first of all?
I'm drinking Chardonnay. I like a nice white wine, a nice chilled white wine, and watch my murder shows with all my white friends.
So you're just a basic chick, bro. Like you got white wine and murder shows.
I like the wine buzz. Red wine stains my teeth, and white wine. I like the chilled. It is what it is.
Okay, I'm not judging you. What? Now you got records there. I see in the back. Is that some wax?
I got here. You got Jimi Hendrix right here. Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff here. I got a whole thing here.
Yeah. Is this? Do you do all your Skype videos from this location?
Again, I do live in this area. This is where I'm confined to. I'm not allowed to leave this area. I am being held at gunpoint. Yeah, this is where I do that. I do my streams. I set up a backdrop, but right before Zoom came out, where you could just do a fake one. I'm like, fuck! I spent like half an hour doing this, and now I can just do a virtual one behind me. It's like, fuck.
I paid a set director. I paid a set decorator. All this shit, and then Zoom makes it
from
easy.
Restoration Hardware. It's all very. I got an apothecary table over here, and then
what? A what? I don't even know what that is. By the way, Andy Huggins says hello. He's tuning in and in the chat. So what's up, Mr. Huggins?
Andy.
Bro, what have you been doing this pandemic? What the hell has been going on with you?
It's been great, man. No sports. I get to not be. I've been not on the internet. I've been just kind of. I've gone counter. I've been opposite. I've been off everything. Just kind of like doing my own thing. It's been great.
Really?
Playing guitar, hanging out. Yeah.
I've seen some of the guitar videos. You're multi-talented, dude. I didn't even give your credits when I brought you on.
I don't have any credits.
You do a lot of shit.
I live in a storage room. I live here. I'm not doing well, Barry. I'm not doing very well.
You were the co-host of The Shift on 610.
Yeah, that was
SportsRadio 610. You guys, you did that for a while.
Yeah, no, we did it. We had a season, and then I got a new program director, and they're like, we want more of the Texans. We don't. No, that's what happens. No, we don't. A World Series baseball team? No. We need another show with another wide receiver that played for 1 year.
Did you tell them you have a hotline to Warren Moon and the skull of Al Del Greco in your studio? That might have helped.
No, you know what? It's fine. Those aren't my people. I wanted to say it. This might come off as pandering, but just being in the chat room for those few minutes,
Of course.
I text line at 610. Some of the most insufferable people on earth. I like these people.
You were definitely pandering. And what's funny is
I like these guys. They're not like fucking yelling at me for forgetting that AJ McCarron's the backup quarterback in Cincinnati and stuff, just lighting me up for no reason.
Listen, if they're fans or friends of mine, they don't have very high standards. So you're safe here. Because God knows I get shit wrong constantly. So they look past that as just be funny and entertaining, and they'll deal with horrible sports takes. So that's what I've learned, anyways.
Luckily, all my sports takes are good. But
well, at least you're not cocky.
Always right. I'm always right. It's just the talent that I picked up.
Well, now you had The Shift, which was a baseball centric show on Sports Radio 610, which is a football centric station.
Yeah, that was a cool show. We were on at night, and it was like Astros off nights. It was late. And like the program, we just got to do whatever we wanted, so it was just fun. And the Astros were back, but that was pre-scandal,
right?
So we were just like we had our rings. We're living. The Astros were cruising to another ALCS. It was nice.
Now you also have been hosting a very, very popular podcast for 5 years. You told me.
Yeah, this is the 5th year.
Lima Time, and I know people have heard of Lima Time. It is one of the definitive. Lima Time Time. Sorry, this is my second or third whiskey. Lima Time Time.
Rob always does that. He does it on purpose, and I'm gonna beat up Rob Mungle next time I see him.
Rob does that. He tells you it's Lima Time.
I pretend like he does it on purpose. Yeah, he says that every time. It's like whatever, But see, this is a sports show, so I correct you on there. When I'm on Whiskey Bros, it's like, nobody cares.
Yeah,
Slade's talking backpacking or something.
But yeah, Lima Time Time is one of the de facto definitive Astros podcast.
We think it's I'm biased, but it's the only good one.
How many? What's your competition? How many are there?
There's any fan wise, we're the only decent one in my personal opinion. There's a Talking Stros, a couple of guys, nice people.
Okay,
I wouldn't listen to it. We're just.
Is it that competitive?
Being honest. There's. I'm trying to think. Most of the good Astros podcasts are players or personnel, broadcasters and stuff. So it's good. It's fun.
5 years and going strong. Did you, when you started, it was just like hey, let's just do this for fun because we love the Astros, or were you legitimately like, there's a need for a good Astro-centric podcast because nobody's doing a good one? What was the goal when you started it?
It was a little bit of both. So we started in 2016. If anybody remembers the 2016 season,
oh my God.
One of the most frustrating Astros baseball teams I've ever watched. So that our first season of the podcast was a drastically different show than what it eventually evolved to. But it was fun because we were just bitching and moaning. And then pretty soon, 2017, we're just like, they're the best team in baseball. They're good. I don't know. I got nothing else to say. And that's pretty much what it's been up until the scandal hit. It's just like, I don't know. They're better than everybody. They're good. You know.
So what have been your thoughts on the scandal? Are you there are some that are apologists that are, because sometimes when you have podcasts or even Astros shows, the people that host them, whether they're on radio or on podcasts, tend to be fans of the team at the same time, and it's hard to be objective. Do you take a more objective stance, or are you like, man, fuck them, like they cheated?
I do, but with the cheating thing, I have a big problem with it. I think it's the most overblown thing, maybe in history of modern sports. Everybody, what the Astros did, everybody in the league does it. It's a big cover up, and the Astros took the fall for Manfred and the MLB front office, and it's just they broke the rules. But I mean, it's everybody does it, and everybody's done it in baseball since the 1800s in terms of sign stealing, and they're not the first team to electronically sign steal. It's not that big of a deal. It just really isn't.
I don't think that the Astros won a World Series because they stole signs.
They didn't. They didn't. It didn't help them at all. In fact, that's why they stopped doing it, because it was not ultimate. It's not helping them.
Yeah,
pitches coming, but basically what was happening is they're looking for fastballs. So on an off-speed pitch, they're taking that, and then whatever happens with the next pitch. So it's not like they were teeing off on the pitch they knew was coming and hitting home runs. No, they were laying off that so they could hit other stuff. So I mean.
My favorite thing about it was when John Boy came out with his video with Evan Gaddis in the box, right?
John Boy, he came in. You know, I respect what he came in and did.
Well, I mean, from an independent media perspective, oh man, that dude made a name for himself. But
he was staying up at night. But I mean, he had good videos before that.
Well, but the funny thing is, though, Patrick, the video he used to prove his case, Gaddis grounds out.
Exactly.
Like that's like okay.
If
stealing signs is so beneficial, why did you choose a video? I would choose one where somebody went yard. You chose a ground out.
There aren't any. That's basically if you went and broke down. That's pretty much what it came down to. There was I can't think of the guy's account that went down, and he's the guy that went and broke down every single player. When the trash can came, what their percentages were, and
I do know what you're talking about.
That Altuve, the only times it came up it was a mistake, and he got mad about it. But so John Boy, he really pissed me off with the Altuve wire stuff.
Why?
Because that's slander, in my opinion. He didn't wear it. It was a tattoo, and people saying that. I wonder, are there legal repercussions for stuff like that? With people in the media saying stuff that he's wearing a wire and he's doing this, and I mean that's attacking his name, his character.
There was somebody broke down. They actually had a picture where you could see kind of an outline of a tattoo or something, and that
it's just his daughter's name in cursive, or Old English.
Yeah,
I don't know. You got to say Old English? I don't know. I'm not trying to be racist.
I think you're okay saying Old English. I just broke down 5 Mexicans fighting in a Home Depot. We've already crossed that line. So.
All right, good, because I have McLellan on the back of my truck in Old English. It's pretty tight. It's really tight.
The old Irish Mexican in you coming out, huh?
Yeah,
I like it. I for me, the whole cheating scandal came down to: can you definitively say that they won a World Series cheating or not? And at the end of the day, if the answer is they won, I mean, let's face it, they had a ton of talent on that team, regardless of cheating.
Best team in baseball.
Regardless of you almost feel like that the cheating was one of those things where it was a wolf pack mentality. Like one guy does it, then another guy does it, and then you feel like you want in on it, or you want to be a part of it just because. And I've always said baseball can be boring as shit if you're a part of a team. And so you come up with things to pass the time.
And I have a podcast and love it. It's terrible.
But no, I'm even sitting in that dugout. They're bored as shit. So if you could go watch video and come up with creative ways to cheat, that's exciting in and of itself.
That's fun, and you're always looking for an edge. So, I mean, that kind of thing, that stuff, that's kind of my point. Is that like they broke the rules, and I'm not saying they didn't do anything wrong. They did, but that's baseball culture, is looking for that edge, doing pine tar, doing little stuff here and there. Like it's always been done. And other teams were doing it too. Obviously, the Red Sox and stuff. It's just frustrating because the Brandon Taubman stuff and the bad press that came
ugly.
out during the World Series, where they're the team playing. Basically, it was just a perfect storm, and that's why the Astros had to take the fall for it. If that didn't happen, if they didn't beat the Yankees to win the pennant, and they didn't beat the Dodgers in the World Series, we're not talking about this. If they played the Colorado Rockies in the World Series and they beat fucking the Minnesota Twins to win the pennant, we're not talking about this because they didn't go through those two big franchises, and it just is what it is.
Well, now Total Dallas in the chat said, "Stop making excuses, Barry." I don't think it's necessarily making excuses because I don't look at the Red Sox and think, "Oh, they cheated. They don't deserve that World Series."
No, because only fucking twerps think that. Only nerds think that. Like all the Dodger fans, we're gonna take a road trip to Anaheim to boo the Astros. Like, how big of a nerd are you if you're traveling? I mean, granted it's Anaheim, but like if you're going to another stadium to boo another team you're a dork.
You're into it though, because you know how much traffic. You've been to LA plenty of times. You know how much traffic.
That is actually a big.
That's a big commitment
out there to Disneyland.
That's 9 hours to go
house.
10 miles. Yeah, Mike Trout's house.
But still, just go anywhere to boo. Have you ever been that mad to do anything? I'm gonna go. No,
bro. I don't even like. I talked. Clarence was in the chat, and every video that I've done so far, doing this show for 2 weeks now, and the one thing I've been really trying to do is just focus on positive stuff. I'm not going to let anything negative get me down because I'm so blessed to have all the support I'm getting, right? So anything positive, that's just what I fixate and focus on. Yeah. But inevitably, you look at YouTube and you look at stuff and you'll see, oh, there's 3 thumbs down, or every video has at least 3 thumbs down. Now, a month ago, I'd be like, what the fuck are you like? Why would you? There are people that just don't like me. There are people that just don't like the Astros, and I get it. Yeah. But I've never. I would. So to answer your question, I said all that to say, I won't even thumbs down a video if I don't like it on YouTube.
You're not a hater. Me either. I
just fucking changed the YouTube channel.
Yes. Maybe that's our generation. Like, bro, you just change the channel. I don't have to respond. If somebody says something I don't like, I just move on. I don't have to say, well, actually, it's.
You think I'm gonna waste gas money to boo somebody I don't like? Fuck them. I'm staying home and just.
We're going to Anaheim.
It's fucking insane.
The Dodgers can't win. I mean, I feel bad for them. They can't win a World Series for the life of them. But God. Hey, win Game 5. Win one of the 2 games at home that you lost. Like, I mean, for them to act like the cheating had anything to do with it is a fucking joke to me. You got blown out at home at Game 7.
Exactly. You lost at home. So
you lost Game 2 at home. You lost Game 7 at home. So what are you talking about? And that's the difference.
And let's be real. Cody Bellinger's been the most vocal about it. How about you get a fucking hit, Cody Bellinger?
Yeah.
How about get a hit? What did cheating have to do with your inability to get a hit in the World Series? Yeah.
He also looks like he's in a Sublime cover band.
You went colder than my ex-wife's heart. How about get a fucking hit?
Yeah, get one big hit, Cody Bellinger.
Yeah, so Total Dallas, it's not excuses. You just have to consume all of the information, because just as most Astros are looking at it through orange-colored glasses, Rangers fans are looking at it through, I don't know, poop color.
I'd be pissed too. I mean, okay, so like, I'm not pissed, but if I'm a Yankee fan or a Dodger fan, 100% I'm using that as an excuse. Not I got beat in the pennant. They're cheaters. I would say the same thing too, but I wouldn't mean it. So I mean, I get what they're doing, but like Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton were talking shit. Like, y'all just got busted for doing literally the same setup, the exact same thing, and y'all are talking like the Astros are these villains. Like, y'all.
A year later, right? I think it was 2018 when they moved the cameras around they positioned one of the outfield cameras literally on the bench coach for the opposing team.
They were using a Yes Network television feed.
Exactly. And so they put it right on the bench coach. So yeah, I'm with you.
They were just bad at it, and Beltran was trying to get them going before that. So yes, you know what? Yeah, so it's just whatever. The Astros are going to win the next World Series played, and it's going to be as sweet as the 2017 one, and it's going to be vindication, and it's going to be badass.
What is that noise? Is that a dildo? What is that? Is that a rabbit? Do you have a white rabbit? Or what is that?
My speaker came unplugged.
It's like, what is that buzzing?
And it's my vibrator.
Oh, well, that'll just be between us girls.
A little bit of both. A little bit of work, a little bit of play.
Dude, every time I see you, okay, there's so much I want to talk to you about, but every time I see you on Twitter, you're a great follow. First of all, tell everybody how they can follow you on Twitter, because you guys need to be following Patrick.
Skull, get out of here. Aldo Greco, get out of here.
Look at that. He's got a fucking sign. Is he not professional? At P. McLellan on Twitter.
Yeah, if you can't spell it, then you can't follow me. How about that?
If you want to laugh your ass off. No, bro. You and I have had several behind the scenes.
Back in the day, I feel like I don't write anything funny anymore. I feel like I'm just retweeting.
Are you dead inside now or what? Like, what happened?
Huh?
What, are you dead inside or what happened?
Yeah, that's what it is. I don't know.
Well, you're genuinely funny, and you and I have had discussions about joke writing. In fact, when I was finding myself and my voice in joke writing, you gave me some of the best advice I've gotten in 7 years as being a stand-up. And
I was probably on heroin. I don't know what I told you. That could have been. Thank God it worked.
Well, you just told me still funny people stuff, and it was the best. No, no, you told me. Just like, because I would be self-conscious about, well, they may not like this, or they may not like that, or they may think this isn't funny. And you were just like, bro, be weird, be yourself, and if people like it, they'll gravitate to it, and they will like it, so be yourself. Because you have no filter. If you think something's funny, you don't give a fuck if it gets one like or 100 likes. Yeah,
I write for me. If I'm chuckling and it gets, I mean, I don't delete tweets. I'll leave them up. Like, I'll write some weird ass shit. I don't care. Yeah, if it makes me laugh. I've never been like a calculating joke writer where I'm like trying to get likes or I'm like this one's gonna play. I don't care.
And that's the best way. And that I find when you told me that, I was like, well, fuck. I guess there's nothing to lose. Just be myself, because if I'm being fake, I've got to be that forever. So it really was helpful to me to hear that at the time when you and I were having that discussion. And by the way, John Westling is in the chat and he says hello to you.
Fuck John Westling. Hey, take that to your roast battle. Here's that 1-0 Patrick. All right, I'm up 1-0. Sugarland's beating H-Town. Oh no, we're up 2-0 now. Okay, no.
I should pipe John Westling in and let y'all roast each other, and I'll just sit back and just watch. That would be.
John Westling was originally supposed to be one of the Lima Time Time hosts. He did one episode, and then his career got kicked off. He was traveling a bunch, and then it's just me and James kept doing it. But he was originally it was going to be me, Westling, and James Yasko. So that's a little fun fact. Yeah,
I was not aware of that.
And then, then we realized we didn't need him.
You kicked him out. Now you did a lot with the Whiskey Brothers too, as well, right? I mean, you've done. Yeah, you do a lot of shit, bro.
Back in the day, John was great. I did a couple of back in those first Come and Take It festivals. I did some stuff with them, and yeah, I've done a few shows with those guys. The podcast, that's fun. Yeah. You know,
you do a good job of. I did, like, you've written for television. You had a radio show. And
now I'm living in the garage. Now I live in the garage.
Yeah, but
with Aldel Greco's skull.
Somewhere.
My girlfriend. And actually, we're doing pretty well. I'm sorry. I'll come back here. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to talk to you like that. Here.
Now what's crazy, dude, that I watch your Instagram and your YouTube, like, you're really good at the guitar.
Yeah, I play music.
What are you bad at, bro? Like, you're a great guitarist.
I'm bad at living, making money, women, sex, all the stuff that's important. I'm terrible at.
I mean,
but I can shred. No. Yeah, no. I rapped in high school. I was a rapper in high school.
Oh, no way.
Swear to God, yeah. I did a song with. I had a couple songs with Paul Wall. We did some stuff.
Why did you not keep pursuing it? Just they didn't want you, or there was enough white guys? Paul Wall met the quota at Swisher House.
No, I think if I had pursued it, I could still be rapping. I was really good. Asher Roth hadn't come out yet, and I'm from the Burbs and stuff, and I just was like, I can't talk about my slab all the time. I don't have a slab,
Yeah.
just like, what am I going to talk about? So I was just kind of like, yeah, so yeah,
Now,
we were doing, but it was fun for a while now.
Did you hang out with a lot of black people in high school? Is that why you got into it or what?
I mean, I had some black friends. No, just with me screw tapes and stuff. Like everybody listened to that stuff.
Yeah.
So I mean, everybody freestyling, and I was just always pretty good at it.
Because I tried. I most of my friends for the last couple of years of high school were African American, and so of course they wanted to be rappers and dancers, and like that was back in the day with Big Daddy Kane and Scoob and Scrap.
Badass.
Yeah, so I tried to rap. I got booed off the stage at Kokomo's. And that's
when I got on the stage though. That's all you have to say to me, and you have my utmost respect.
Those black folks were not having it.
Nor should they. But the fact that you did it, like ultimately, you got their respect.
No, I didn't get it. Let me tell you.
But they're like he did go up there, and probably Showtime of the Apollo was popular then. They're waiting for the guy with the broom to come out and tap dance you off the stage while you're rapping.
What happened was, so I had this beat from a group called Meat Beat Manifesto. Okay.
Uh-oh. Strikes 2 and 3 right there, but I'm gonna let you go on.
And I was like, I'll use this beat because my beats weren't ready. I was still in the lab, and I had the DJ play this beat, and I start rapping, and I can't remember the lyrics. But they were fucking.
You can remember the lyrics. You just don't want to. You don't want to
no,
say them.
It started,
and I do respect that.
No. I'm trying to remember it. It started off something about I'm busting heads, busting necks, and putting suckers in check. They were like
6 Mafia line. That sounds great.
They were like, "No, you're not, white boy. You're like
That's tear the club up. That's just tear the club up."
Oh, it was fucking terrible. Oh shit! Everybody's super chatting for us to rap battle.
I mean, we can.
I mean, now look. So Michael Caravantes says rap battle, and he sends the super chat. Chris Reyes sends a $20 super chat. They want to hear you and me rap. They want to hear you rap first. You go. I'll go. Now I played the Honey Badger anthem at the break, which is the most recent rap that I wrote, but it's a parody. But I'll try to remember some lyrics from high school. I'm 45 years old, bro. But
I'm 38. I'm 38.
Oh, well, you're not okay.
We're in the same. I mean, we're kind of.
Do you not remember anything? Do you remember any of your lyrics from high school?
Dude, my lyrics are pretty tight. You'd be embarrassed. They were pretty good.
So do you need a beat, or can you just
Oh man. Let me see. I could talk. See. Shout out to Barry Laminack.
No, I want to freestyle.
As if I wore a fanny pack.
I don't want to freestyle. I want you to do something that you remember. I'm trying to remember.
Okay. Let me remember. If I could I just need a first line for a thing.
I know. Damn it. I really want to give the people what they want, but I cannot remember.
I just need the one I get. Fuck, man. I've got
So my first line of one of the songs I wrote was just like Sinatra, I'm doing it my way, and you suckers cannot stop me. But I don't remember what comes after that. I just remember it ends with something about keep my name out of your mouth and fuck Brian Sausage. I'm the flavor of the South. That's how it ends. But now remember, it was different back then in 91.
No, 100%. Because like that, like the shit we were doing, we were talking about like making jokes and talk. It was all the Swisher House and the screw stuff. So it was just like talking about just making car jokes and stuff.
I can remember the first line and the last line. And that's literally all I could remember. I'm very sorry to let you down, Chris Reyes.
This is Mr. Patrick with an amazing story. I ride on Will Ferrell as I'm on Blades of Glory.
Oh shit! Oh, look at you! And you didn't have blades at all, did you? You drove like a Tercel. You had a Tercel, right? I know that's. We were the most front-ass white dudes.
Lying the whole time. I was like,
you never had sex with a black woman, but you told people you did.
I have had sex with black women, yeah.
Okay. Like you're just.
I'm not that big of a poser. I'm not gonna appropriate this part of the culture and not appropriate that part. You know.
What's funny is you said Asher Roth hadn't come out yet. Let me tell you.
But if I had that, like anything to go off of, like a suburb kid, like I don't know. I could have done it. I mean, I was good enough rap-wise writing.
Now, what year was this?
99, 2000, 2001.
Okay.
Doing tapes and stuff?
Now, I was in high school in 91. I graduated in 92. So you got to go all the way back to 91, 92.
Yeah, you're before all the, everybody was freestyling with the screw stuff. So
Listen,
like that stuff, you're before all of that stuff.
And this was when white folks were really like, it was the Beastie Boys. And it was like, they were a novelty.
That's it. It's Rick Rubin and the Beastie Boys.
Now Third Base had some street cred.
And John B was out there just fucking crushing it, but he wasn't rapping. He was just...
Third Base had street cred. So, but now, then X-Clan came out and hated Third Base, and then everybody was like, oh, we're supposed to hate white people because the X-Clan told us to. So everybody was like,
that's why you hate white people. Just for that reason.
There's no other reason to hate us. That's the only reason.
That specific beef. That's
but
why
you got to remember, I'm right in the heyday of Vanilla Ice.
Right. See, I'm in the Paul Wall heyday. So I'm in the Paul Wall heyday.
Well, that's okay, but black people and black hip hop fans, or hip hop fans in general, it was by that time it was okay to be white and rap. At the time I was trying to do it, you were either Third Base or Vanilla Ice, and they weren't hearing the Third Base. Every white guy was Vanilla Ice. So as soon as you got on stage, they were like, "Fuck this Vanilla Ice looking motherfucker! I don't care what you look like,
even
bro.
If you're good, you're done."
So
nothing you can do about that.
So it wasn't like, and I'm not saying Snow was another one.
Hey, Snow is kind of tight. Snow is kind of tight.
Let's come on, Patrick.
I'm lying.
Listen, this interview is over. I've never heard. You know, the only people you'll ever hear say Snow was kind of tight is white boys. Only white dudes say Snow was kind of tight.
What is he? What does Snow even sing? Is he the Informer guy? Is Snow the Informer guy?
See, you just had his back because he was white. That's it.
Oh, I was making that up. I have no idea. Is he the Informer guy? Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody knows what he says.
No.
He's probably it's probably in German. He's probably like reading off the Mein Kampf. Just rapping fucking German.
That's great. Eric sends this says, "Damn, I was born in '92. God damn it, Eric. That makes me feel so old. I'm out here trying to make a name for white people in hip hop in Houston, and you were just sucking
to do
titty
it.
milk."
Paul Wall made it. None of it. We didn't.
Fun fact: I graduated from Jersey Village. Guess where Paul Wall went to high school?
Jersey Village.
Mm-hmm. Guess where Chameleonaire went to high school for a month? Mm-hmm. So I feel like I paved the way for Paul Wall. I've told this story before, but this is what happened.
Best dude ever. Best fucking dude ever.
I've heard he's a great dude. But at Jersey Village in 1992, there was racial issues. Like black people and white people didn't get along really well. It was kind of an issue. So I joined this club called Utopia, which was it was supposed to be a club to promote racial harmony. But guess who didn't? Well, guess who wasn't in that club? White people. Like it was just
white people don't join clubs unless they're on a mission to destroy something. That's the only time they don't. White people don't join clubs for unity. White people join clubs to rid something that they all hate. Like we don't. We're not.
The Nazis. No, we're not in it to make shit better. So I'm like, oh, I'll join Utopia Club and I will make a difference. And I walked into an auditorium, not a classroom. I walked into an auditorium full of black people, and as I
what do?
I'm like Malibu's most wanted. I'm all, what up, player?
Again, you got my respect. Again, I am white, and but I mean that's. That sounds pretty terrifying.
Miss Lee, who is the counselor, she's a black lady and a counselor, and she runs the Utopia Club, and she's like.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
No, she goes, oh, hey, Barry, thanks for being here. The sign up is up front. And I'm like, oh, bitch, of course it's up front.
Right,
so
that's what I
so I walk to the front and my back is to I've got 350 black people behind me going, what the fuck is this guy? So I'm writing my name and I hear from the very back some dude go, hey, motherfucker, this ain't Spanish club. I was like, all right, I'm not. Bro.
Black people have the uncanny knack to say anything, and it's fucking it's hilarious no matter what, and it's always right into your soul. No matter what, he could have said anything right there, and it would have been the best thing ever.
At that point, I forgot how to spell my name. I think I signed up as Barry Lemonsack or some shit. Like, I froze. But you know what's funny is that was the beginning of the school year in 1991. By the time I graduated in 92, I was an officer in the Utopia Club. And the following year, you want to talk about acceptance.
Imperialist.
You want to talk about acceptance. Like, I was, and then when I graduated.
Ages rapping, you're in the Utopia Club. Look at that club. Look, that's an ascension that isn't talked about enough.
Talk about appropriation. I'm the Michael Phelps of cultural appropriation. But then
you're running the meetings. You're like, hold on, I got to get the minutes.
Hold on.
Get the minutes, Darnell.
I never. They're like, yo, white boy, we don't keep minutes in Utopia Club.
Yeah, you're like.
But Miss Lee,
guys, I gotta take roll. They're like, shut the fuck up.
Sit the fuck down, you Pillsbury doughboy looking motherfucker. But Miss Lee called me like 2 years later. 2 years later, Miss Lee calls me and says, Barry, we have more non-African American people in this club than ever. So I just want you to know what you did. You broke down that barrier of fear.
The Utopia Lifetime Achievement Award, the Barry Laminack Award. Now
what was crazy is
he paved the way for non-black people to be in this club. He paved the way.
But she goes, but what was funny is she goes, you broke down the fear, and I was like, fear? Like, yeah. What? She goes, let's be real. I saw your face that day. You were scared shitless. I'm like, that's because somebody's yelling at me about Spanish Club.
It could be any kind of
I'm not even
I'm
Spanish.
The only one there. It doesn't matter who's up there. Like, it could be all Girl Scouts. I'm terrified.
Bro.
Terrified.
Oh, my God. It was so funny. But, yeah, that's my story about And then I think, like, you know, people, like, I was on the step team. Like, this is the acceptance I got. I was on the step team, bro.
You really stepped into it.
No
pun intended.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
That was not actually wasn't intended. I really didn't mean to do that.
Now, by the way, Richard Vela says permission to change the show's name to Lemon Sack on Deck. Nope, that's not gonna happen, sir. Not gonna happen at all. So, what is the plans for Lima Time Time? Are you guys taking this? Like, are you doing something else with it? What is the plans? Because it's really becoming popular. And I know you're not just going to sit there and just do what you're doing. You're going to grow this, right?
What's great about that is that's exactly what we're going to do. And that's what people come to expect. I don't know. That's kind of our thing. We know exactly what we want to do, the voice we have, and we kind of sit in that lane.
But have you not reached out to like 790 and said, hey, you should put us on at night. You should put us on after Astros games. Is this not a thought?
Lima Time Time, the shift was originally supposed to be the program. I did a segment with Seth Payne one morning, just talking Astros baseball for whatever. And then I met the program director at the time, and he was like, I need a baseball show. Let's put Lima Time Time on. Well, James lives in Waco. So they weren't gonna pay for a studio for him to do the show. So they paired me with Derek Fogel, who was the baseball reporter, great guy, and so that's how the ship got started. But yeah, I mean, we could do it remotely. I'd absolutely love to do that. So I still think we should have a show on 610. I'm not frankly too thrilled about that, but that's they wanted to go double down on the Texans thing, and I get it. They'll die on that hill, the Bill O'Brien hill.
Well, I don't understand, like, with the technology that we have now. For example, I was using this little thing called an iRig before I got fired. Yeah,
but you know what? Fuck that. By the way, about the radio business. Raheel did the podcast the other day. I'm just saying, like, man, y'all.
Did he?
Both of you guys, you were two people that and this is probably no consolation to you, but you were two of the guys on that entire that lineup that absolutely should not have been let go.
Well, I appreciate that.
In terms of talent and entertaining factor, like, that's just it's bullshit. So that's all I got to say about that.
I appreciate it. I've learned it's a business of economics. That's at the end of the day, and you know that too, right?
There's still people make stupid decisions still.
Well, but there was this. You guys should be able to do it because, like, I would use, like, literally. I still have it. I haven't dropped it off yet. I'm holding it ransom until the end. But
you should absolutely should.
They sent me home with a headset, right? So I've got this headset, and don't mind the wires. But
why are you wearing it? You should be wearing that headset.
But this little thing, it's just you plug in the headset and the speakers, and then I literally plug this into my iPad.
I have that for my guitar
and do radio. So you guys should be able to do that, bro. Like, get.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, we're lazy. He's got like a little home, and he's a teacher and coaches and stuff. Well, it's not. It's not that we're lazy. There have been a few times where there was some corporations that stepped in and wanted to like buy the podcast and host it and do some stuff in the radio. And we've been like right there. I mean, the way we approach it is just it's just not PC enough and just enough cursing and off color stuff to where it's like it's good in that pocket right there. But I mean, if somebody wants to pay me money to do literally anything, obviously I'm going to say yes instantly because I live in the garage. There's murder hornet nest right here. I got terrible in here. It's awful in here. I can't leave. I'm not allowed. It's awful.
One of the things I'm most envious of you, there's a lot of reasons, but one, because you're super funny. You're a great joke writer. You've written for TV, and the story about how you got the gig is crazy. Please tell the deckheads that are listening to this show how you ended up writing for television. This is why you guys need to follow him on Twitter.
Just Twitter jokes. Twitter jokes. I was just friends. I was friends with Nikki Glaser. We were just like went back and forth and stuff, and just writing stuff, and yeah,
posting jokes on Twitter.
I've got a lot of work, but I've got other work. I mean, from Twitter, like that's a lot. I mean, I feel like a lot of people have that same story, and it's just like.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, it's all nepotism. I mean, it's just like, oh, I know this person. It's funny. It just kind of, I don't know.
But dude, I mean, I know a lot of funny guys that are on Twitter, and no one's getting writing opportunities like that. Like that's a big deal. That's a
9 or something, and that show was instantly off the air the second any of my
jokes. But so and you when you and I were talking about it off air, you said that, but that's not the point. Like it's like anything. Like you know how this business, how entertainment is.
Sure. I think I'm still bitter. I'm not quite over it. I'm not quite in the lane where I'm like, oh, that was cool. I had the opportunity to do that, even though I know that
this far down the road.
Oh, I am. I'm just kidding.
Oh. No, well, I was going to say, dude, that's a big accomplishment, man. You know how many comics and writers and comedians there are that don't ever get that opportunity.
Oh, for sure. No, I felt the same way doing the radio, like doing the radio show. I was just like, man, I'm on the radio in Houston, Texas. Like, yeah. I mean, there was like just seeing like how many people could possibly be listening at one time, and I'm like, I'm talking about baseball on the radio. If I never do another show on the air again, I was like, that's a major city, and you had to get that same feeling. Like, man, I'm in a giant city talking on the radio. Like, how badass is that?
Well, not only that, but when you think about
else, like I did it, you know.
And it because it's self-made. Like for me, I won a contest and then I grinded it out on Sundays for a couple years.
And you were gonna do a show. We didn't tell people that story that we were we could have been fired together in this situation.
Yeah, we talked about it.
But you're insanely you're very good, and you're built. I feel like we have a similar skill set to where we can talk about everything, but we can still dial into the sports and just kind of not be too serious.
Yeah.
So I feel like people like these days where you don't need just 6'10" breaking down 2-gap block schemes and stuff, and just it's like Clint Sterner just talking like a redneck, just hey Ron, he was in the shotgun, and he came out and he's in the spread. The slot receiver comes over here. It's like you know what? Let's talk about the lawn a little bit. Let's talk about black people, you know.
Did you like lawn talk? Did you get into that? I saw you asking your little boxwood question.
I'm a horticulture guy. I love. That's why I said that. That's why I threw out the. See, I'm a waxy leaf ligustrum guy. You pick the boxwood, but for hedges, for keeping them a square shape, that's a good choice.
Yeah, that's hilarious, dude. So do you have aspirations for anything else? Is there an eye on anything? Because you're like we talked about, dude. I mean, musically, you're gifted. As a joke writer, as a comedian, you're gifted. As a radio guy, I mean, what are you eyeing? What's the end goal for Patrick McLellan in this crazy mixed up world?
To get out of this garage, to be able to leave this garage is step one. You know what? I kind of want to do a bunch of different stuff like I was doing. Just have it to be more lucrative. I caught the radio bug. I want to do radio or some sort of thing in that aspect. But yeah, just a bunch of shit. I want to just be like, you know what I mean? Like if
I may, and I'm no expert, but I will say, it's 3.5 years on a midday show and 2 weeks doing an independent show on YouTube. I have never been happier, bro. And I loved The Usual Suspects. I loved Joel and Nick. And I still do.
But this is your show. There's nobody. You're not having post-show meetings. You're not.
Well, we didn't. Unfortunately, at ESPN, we didn't have post-show meetings. We got done, we left. Nobody was. If AJ wanted you to do something, he just walked in and told you in the middle of the show and killed your mood.
They're giving counts and shit. Like, well, you said 37 times. You said 27. You did not finish your sentence here, and frankly, you're not talking about Bill O'Brien enough and how good of a job he's doing. Cal McNair, keep talking about him.
Well, but I loved my time there, and if they called me tomorrow and said come back, I would go back. But I wouldn't give this up. But I wouldn't give this up though. I would be like, okay, I'm going to come back, but I'm still doing Barry on Deck at night because
what time does Bill do his show?
His varies Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then
all did like a different block of stream shows on a
just started independent radio.
But what if you're 2 to 4? What if I was 6 to 8 or 2 hours before?
Yeah.
Did a show like that and just kind of got people off the radio like that. Dude, or something.
A wise person once told me that radio is great, but independent media is the wave of the future. And
there's no money in it. It's the best platform. It's the best feeling on earth. It's
it
talking.
Like I said, I would go back if they called tomorrow.
What I was born to do, but there's no money in it, so might as well get every possible penny you can for yourself because you're the one doing it anyway. You're the one doing that. You know.
You don't do radio for the money. You do it because you love it. And I like I said, I go back tomorrow, but I really have enjoyed doing this.
You're killing it, dude.
This is.
And you got, the listenership and stuff, man. It's so great to see. I love it.
Well, homie, we're out of time. I can't do that hour. Other than the 10 minutes of technical issues,
we didn't have to talk much sports, just a little baseball, and we got out of there. It was great.
I love that we tried to wrap
people like I said, like I wanted to,
I mean, what's better than two white guys trying to relive a rap career that never existed? I mean, that's amazing.
Down, everybody must listen. Be respectful to your elders, just like
Rap it down, Lance Sirline.
On, be real nice. Wear your mask in public.
Wash your hands, homie. I appreciate you doing this. Thank you so much for being here. You guys, please go follow him. Let's get the sign out one more time. Get the sign out. At P. McLellan.
I'm just going to hit a 37-yard field goal real quick. It's at P. McLellan. To pull this out. At PMCLELLAN.
I appreciate you, homie. This won't be the last time we do this. We have to do this again.
I want to miss you.
I'm going to miss you so much. Bye, Aldo Greco. I love you. Guys, Patrick McLellan, thank you so much for joining me, man. That was outstanding. And that's it. We got to go. It is 3:57. Excuse me. Man, thank you guys so much for being here. As you know, listen, this doesn't happen without you guys tuning in every day. And we are 2 weeks in the books. And I meant every word that I just said to Patrick. I wouldn't give this up for anything. I'm having the best time of my life. And I thank you, all of you, for being a part of this. Yeah, do me a favor, Frank Ruiz, thank you. I'll mention it. Go hit the thumbs up. Go give it a like. Tell a friend. If you're enjoying this, if you're liking what we're doing here, go tell a friend about Barry on Deck. And I will see you guys Monday. I'll give you one more hint about my guest on Tuesday. And by the way, yes, I'm doing a show. Memorial Day is Monday. I'm still doing a show. I'll give you another hint about my guest. I'm going to turn this music down. I'm going to give you another hint about my guest on Tuesday of next week. This kid don't play. I'll see you guys next week, man. I love you all so much. Thank you for the support. Everybody be safe and have a great weekend. I'm out of here. Turn this music up. Thank you, guys. Daddy's making a YouTube video!